Hey, you guys, welcome to the Ultra Life Podcast. I am your host, Samantha Nivens, and this podcast is for us to really explore and see what's truly possible for your life. And I know that when you have a foundation of healthy habits, that when you are at your best weight and you're moving your body and you're fueling your body, that then you can go after those big badass goals that you really want and see for yourself in life once you have that foundation. So I'm here to give you all the tools to help you realize what's possible big picture for your life, and then to help you feel your best and have the most energy to be able to go do that. Okay. So having said that, before we get into today's episode on going all in, what that means, what that looks like, especially as I'm recording this, we have 103 days left the rest of this year. So I want to release this so you guys can start to think about, what do you want to accomplish over these next 100 or so days, right? Like, what do you want to have said at the end of the year that you were able to blow your own mind in the next 100 days, basically? I want you to start thinking about that, plant that seed right now. And we're going to talk about what that can look like with this episode of Going All In. Before I get to that though, as you start to hear this and that seed is planted, or maybe you've been thinking about this all year long and have tried on your own, I am adding to and revamping some tweaks after working with my clients all year long to create this up-leveled programming so you can lose 20 pounds in 3 months. And so I want to offer, if you've been stuck, if you've been feeling like, I don't know what to do, I'm really just surviving right now, I don't feel my best, and you want to literally do a 180 and turn that around, oh, and by the way, sustain it, then this is going to be the program for you, okay? So I want to put that out there. If you have been really on the fence, or if you've been like sucking ass all year and just not feeling good, and you are driven, you're a goal getter, like you have big dreams, and yet here you are just like sitting there feeling like crap and just not able to go do the things that are going to create you living your best life, then you need to raise your hand. You need to reach out. You can message me on any of the platforms. I'm Instagram, direct message me, or you can reach out through my website, samanthanivens.com. However you find me beyond this podcast, then please reach out and let's get on a call so we can figure out how you can make the most of these next 100 days, how you could literally be sitting there 20 pounds lighter come the end of the year, feeling better, having more energy, and then starting the new year going after that big life goal that you really have, right? If that's having a kid, if that's being a better parent or more present parent, having the energy for your kids, if that's making more money because, oh, you actually feel better to do the things you need to do in your business, how about that? Or if that's starting a business, you want financial freedom, or you have a passion and a legacy and you want to start your business, you just don't have the energy to, guess what? Game changer. Now you do. Okay. Or you don't feel like your most confident self because of how you feel and look in your body. Guess what? Game changer. What will you do if you feel like your most confident, energized, best self? What is possible for you? Okay. So message me if that's you and you want to make that happen. Okay. So moving on, let's get into today's episode. So today's episode, going all in. What is that? What do I mean by that? So first I'm going to share, like, this is how I've achieved my goals, whether it's been running the 100-mile ultra marathon, whether it's been freeing myself from a dead relationship and being able to find my dream man and a thriving relationship. All of the things that I've accomplished in my life, many of them, I won't go ranting on all of them, are because of this principle. This is one of many, but this principle may be the thing that you need to actually truly create the results that you want in your life. Okay. So going all in means that we're not kind of half-assing, fiddle-faddling, like I really want to lose weight. I really want to run a marathon, really like to do a 100-mile race. I'd really like to start my business. That would be really nice. I mean, I think I can do it. I hope I can do it. Or you're doing it and yet you're not getting results because you're really half-assing it. You're like, when it's convenient to do the things, when it's convenient to go do a workout and you feel like it and you have energy at the end of the day, that's when you go do it. And when it's convenient for you to make healthy choices and eat healthy and there's not like, somebody offering you up dessert, like then is when it's convenient, you make that choice. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about here, the difference, that's what I would call half-assing it. And you're like half in, half out, when it works for you, when it's convenient. And guess what? When you act in that way and your thoughts are all there, like, well, I hope, or I'm trying, I'm going to try this. Guess what? Those are the exact results that you're going to create for yourself. You try. What happens when you try? Just ask yourself that and look on the last few things, the last few goals that you've tried to do. How did that turn out? And y'all, this is like a little bit of tough love today, but I know like I needed to do this to myself when I needed to reach a goal, and I want you to hear me. This is coming from such a place of love that like, I don't want you to be wishing and hoping and trying for your goals anymore. I want you to literally transform and change your life. And the way that you're going to do that is by going all in, by declaring and deciding and committing from those feelings, from that place that your goal is inevitable. There's no fucking way you don't reach it. Like that you are going all in. And when you have that thought, I'm going all in, there is no way I do not reach this goal. I am committed. I am going to do the things come hell or high water. What kind of results do you get? Just think about that. The way my tone changed, the way my energy changed about going all in versus I'm going to try this. I think I can do this. I hope I can do this. I mean, I'm going to sign up for the gym and go to some classes this week, right? You know how that turns out. Versus when we show up committed, ready to go, come hell or high water, all of a sudden the barriers that have been in your way get cleared. Doesn't matter if you're tired. Doesn't matter if you have the kids. Doesn't matter if you had to work late. All of those excuses and those things that have been holding you back and been barriers fall out of the way because you are clear as day going all in to make this happen. Okay? So that's what I mean when I'm talking about going all in. Now I'm going to give you the actual like real tangible things like, okay, what does that actually look like? I've decided, I'm committed, I'm declaring I am going to go all in on whatever goal you want over the next 100 days or whenever you're listening to this, whatever, timeline you want to set for yourself or whatever goal that you have, even if that's a year, right? Like if your goal is to hit $100,000 in your business, like maybe your timeline is a year, maybe it's 2 years, or maybe your timeline is running an ultra marathon and you don't even run yet. That might be a 1.5 year goal that you have, right? Your goal might be a sprint, like what I was just talking about, losing 20 pounds in 3 months. Like whatever your goal is, decide to go all in, to make it a non-negotiable. Okay? So that's what I want you to do. That's what going all in is. And now let's take a look at all the things that looks like literally tangibly in your life to create that result of going all in. Okay, so there's multiple things I have here. I'm just going to pull up my notes. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. So the first thing, when you go all in, you have a plan. You are not, I hope, I wish, I'll try to go to the gym this week. I'll try to make healthier choices. No, you have a plan. Okay. So I would say that is honestly probably the first things. These aren't all going to necessarily be in some kind of order or that you have to do all the things. But from that place, when you think about, actually, before I share these, I want you guys to think about this. Just even pause this for a second or come back to this or listen to this. And then at some point, do this for yourself. What does going all in look like or mean to you? Actually, so start there. What does it mean to you? When you think about going all in, and you can think for yourself, and then you can also borrow from someone that you admire, someone that you aspire to. When they've gone all, like when you think about, to me, I like love The Rock. Like when you think about The Rock, when I think about him, I'm like, yeah, that's an example of going all in. Dude does like gets up at 4 a.m. every day to do his cardio, to lift his weights, to then go work his 12-hour, 16-hour shift on a movie set, to then maybe sleep 4 to 6 hours, whatever it is, to then come back and repeat like the same day, and still has a family that he loves and cares about. So when he gets to be with them, he is all in on them. So to me, that's an example of going all in. He is such an example of like, it doesn't matter what's going on in life. There's no circumstance that's going to stop him from showing up for his healthy habits, right? For the lifestyle. So who is that for you? You may need to pull from someone that you admire or aspire to think like, well, what do they do? What does going all in look like for them? To then help you define and see what that means for you. Okay, now let's get into more of those tools. So I already said planning, for sure. You need to have a plan. So like that might look like if you're trying to run a race, you go find a program for a marathon, for a 50K, for a 100-miler. What does that look like? Have a plan so that then you can literally put in your week, I will be running Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and how many miles are you going to run each day? What are you going to do for that actual workout, right? So it's not like, I'll get to the gym this week, a few days. No, your plan, a very specific plan, would be you're going to go to the gym Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You will do cardio for 20 minutes on the elliptical each day, and then you will lift weights following the Nourish, Move, Love 20-minute HIIT workout and lower body workout and an upper body workout. Like you will know exactly what you are going to do for that week. You have a specific plan. So that's the first way you start, by going all in. And then to that point, I'm just going to follow that up with each week, or for sure every month, you're evaluating what worked, what didn't work, what do you want to do different, right? Doesn't mean that you just have a single plan and then you just like follow that for the next 3 months or 6 months without making any changes. You have to evaluate that plan to see, is it working? Is it not? And if not, what do you want to do different? Okay. And then the next one, if you're going all in, you're listening to podcasts. You get the audiobooks on whatever the topic of your goal is. You are reading books. Like you have a book on your nightstand at bed, or you have an audiobook on your phone that you can always plug in and tune into. You have multiple different podcasts on this topic, on your goal of choice. So like if that's making more money, then you've got all the money different podcasts. You're listening to YouTube channels and people that have the goal that you want to achieve. You've got the books, you've gotten all the money books and reading those. Even if you only read a few pages at night, or even if that book is simply sitting on your nightstand, that's still an indication to your brain and to your environment of going all in, because you're seeing money on your nightstand. Or if it's weight loss, you're seeing the books on being an athlete or on losing the weight on your nightstand. Like that's your focus, that's your goal. So when your brain every single day, it's going to try to throw you off track. It's literally, that's its job, to keep you safe and comfortable. So every single day, when you get those temptations, we know they're going to come, right? There's absolutely no doubt. Life is going to happen. You're going to get temptations. So what's going to help you stay within your lane and keep going all in on your goal? Well, these are some of those things. If you're constantly filling your brain, I call this brain fuel, with positive things that are associated with your goal, you're going to have it top of mind. And when those other things come in and try to deflect you, you're going to be like, no, thank you. I've got a goal I'm going all in on, right? Does that make sense? So have all of those things. Start listening to those things. Really surround yourself physically and mentally with all the things that are going to help you reach your goal, right? So you would find all the different books, all the plans, all the podcasts, like to figure out what you're missing and to keep getting inspired towards your goal. You'll follow people on Instagram and on Facebook that, again, that you aspire to, that have your goal, that are a positive influence on you reaching your goal, okay? You'll hire a coach, going all in. Like if you haven't been able to do it on your own for months, for years, and you still haven't been able to reach that goal, that's the great indication that you need some outside help to hire a coach, okay? And I don't care if that's me or if that's somebody else. Like if you have a big running goal, you want a PR or something, like for a specific ultramarathon, go find the coach that's done that race and that can do that for you, right? But you like hire a coach, get some kind of help, or maybe it's getting a course or doing a workshop. Check yourself though. If you have done these things and still haven't gotten results, that's really where a coach comes in and where I help my clients. It's like they've tried to do all the things on their own and still haven't gotten the results. Then that's the best time to really look at hiring an actual coach to get what's missing and to really have the accountability and support. But if you haven't done all that stuff, you need to go all in. And even then, you still might find a workshop or a course to do that's going to help you get faster, that's going to help you lose the weight, that's going to help you make the money. Join some Facebook groups. That's another one. Where are people hanging out that are doing and achieving the goal that you want? Just literally search Facebook groups, like go into the communities there, I think they're called now, and just start searching. Find those groups that you can be with like-minded people. Find those groups in person. You know, if it's a running goal, I typically always will do a running group or have my crew that I would do for my races. Like I wasn't just running solo most of the time. Like I had other people that I was running with in local groups. So, and if not local, then I definitely was listening to the podcast or in other groups that I could ask questions and figure out the answer to what vest I needed or what to do for my blisters, all the things, right? So what Facebook groups do you need to go all in and surround yourself with? What local groups can you find that are going to support you and help fuel you to reach your goal? Let's see, your environment. Okay, check your environment out. What does that look like? Where do you need to up-level your environment that shows that you are going all in on this goal? Do you need to get some new gym outfits? Like, even if it's like 2 pairs of shorts from Target and some freaking tops from Goodwill. This is not about how much money you have, y'all. Do not go there on me. This is about making yourself, your environment, support the goals that you want. So if you have clothes that are too small for you and you're trying to get to the gym and lose weight or get out for a run and nothing fits you, so AKA you put that on and feel like shit and then do not feel motivated, or you go down that shit spiral of the negative talk to yourself, how far off you are and how far gone you are and how you just feel like shit. Now you look like shit. And guess what? Easy solve for that problem. Go get yourself a new freaking outfit to work out in. Okay. Go get some clothes that you feel comfortable and confident and that make you want to step out. I'm not saying you're going to like put these clothes on and go feel like a badass, like you're the, top athlete, but does it make you actually want to like feel better about getting out for the workout and not going down the shit spiral? Yeah. Okay. So that's a way that you support your environment. If you need to get some running shoes, go get some running shoes. If the ones you have are like from Walmart and you've had them for 10 years, right? Like what are the things you need to get in your environment that would indicate and tell you, your brain and your surroundings, that you're going all in? You might get a magazine subscription to like Runner's World or to Women's Health or to Men's Health, right? Like something that goes on your coffee table in your office that's showing you, oh, that's right. I have a goal. This is what I'm focusing on, right? Something that's going to support you, and everywhere you look and in your day-to-day, you have evidence around you that you are going all in, that this is your goal you're going to achieve. Okay. That again, books is another one that's within your environment. We talked about that, setting that on your nightstand or in your office. you can't see if you're on the podcast, but like I'm in my office. I am surrounded by books that empower me and inspire me. Talked about clothes for your environment. That might even be, honestly, doing like a cleanup of your environment. Oh, for sure. Like in your kitchen, in your pantry, in your fridge, like getting rid of all the junk. If you're not going to eat any more junk food and you want to lose some weight, like get rid of all that stuff. I always tell my clients you can have a couple joy eats in a week. So it's not necessarily getting rid of it all, but you have to know like, where's your self-awareness? If I have cupcakes and donuts at home, like my ass is going to eat those most likely. But if I don't have them, then there's a much better chance that I don't eat them. That's like simply the thing. So I might overpay $3 to get a cupcake or a treat out. So I just get one once in a while versus like having them at home where I'm tempted. If I open the pantry or the cabinet, I'm like, oh my God, I want a cupcake every single day, right? So clean up your environment, your kitchen, your pantry, your freezer, all those things. Have some fresh fruit on the counter. That's going to indicate to you this is the kind of choices you want to make. Is like there's something you can grab and go. Put some protein bars in your car, in your purse, in your work bag, right? Like have the good foods then filled up in your pantry. Have all the nuts, have all the healthy snacks, have the hard-boiled eggs. Like have a stocked pantry and fridge with the foods that are going to support you in going all in. Are you guys starting to like see where I'm going with this? Like, I don't know about you, but even me just sharing this with you all, like I'm imagining and I can visualize this whole environment. So think about it, like all of these things, you've now got your mind filled with something positive every day around your goal. You've got the visual things in your actual physical environment. You've got the healthy foods in your fridge and in your pantry. You've got a list even of like, if you're going to go out to eat and you're on the run and you don't have food with you, you're going to go to Chick-fil-A and get this. You're going to go to Subway and get that. You're going to go to the grocery store and get some hard-boiled eggs and a salad, pre-made salad, right? Like you have a plan. You have a list. You know what you're going to do for your workouts. Like, are you starting to see how when you have these things put together, that's what going all in looks like? And that when you go all in, I don't know about you, but the chances of you not hitting your goal with having all of these things supporting you, I don't know how you don't hit it. It's inevitable. Like it literally is inevitable, especially if you had a coach to then like over the top view of all of this to consistently check in on and have that accountability every single week. No way you don't hit your goal. So what are you going to do to go all in to create the goal that you want in the next 100 days or whatever your goal is, whatever defined time that you have? Okay. I want you to be thinking about all the ways that you could go all in. And I just gave you several ideas for you to start with. Okay. The last thing that I want to say is in general, what I just gave you guys and what I want you to be thinking about in going all in is how can you become so resourceful to make your goal inevitable, right? Like really going all in is being resourceful, pulling out all the stops, right? Putting up some bumper guards. Like if you're bowling and you want to hit a strike, put up some freaking bumper guards, right? There's no way you don't hit those pins down. Might take you a few tries to get the strike, but there's just no way you do not hit pins down. That's what you're doing here. When you go all in, you have those bumper guards up in all the ways to support you physically and mentally. Okay. Okay. I did want to share like one last analogy and example just to really like put this into perspective is having a baby. When someone is having a baby, you know that that goal is basically 9 to 10 months out, right? When you're going to have that baby, you don't just sit there and gestate a baby and then it comes out in 10 months and be like, well, I guess I should have a crib and maybe a car seat and a partner to come with me and support me in the birth of this child. No, you go all in. From the time that you have that goal of having a baby, that you know you're pregnant, you get all the things. You start making the space. You create a room. You have a nursery. You paint the nursery. You get the crib. You get the baby clothes. You have a baby shower. You have a baby reveal, gender reveal party, right? You tell everybody, you get support, you start reading all the books, you start Googling all the things. You might get a coach, a doula, right? Like you go all in on having a baby. So I want you to think about that with your goal. Your goal is like your baby, okay? You don't just half-ass it and maybe try and like hope that in 10 months something happens. No, you go all in. I want you to think about your goal like having a baby, okay? Like, and if you haven't had one, you know the things, you've been to baby showers or heard about people having babies, right? Like, you know there's a lot that goes into that to create that. And then, oh, by the way, it's not just like you drop off, you have to sustain that human life, right? So it's not like you do these things for 6 months and then, oh, destination reached, I've got my goal, I've lost 20 pounds, now I'll just go back to doing what I was doing. No, you now take care of this baby that you have created. Might take a little bit less to maintain, right? Or look a little bit different, but you're going to maintain this human life. So you're going to maintain the efforts that you've now done to go all in and create this goal. Okay. So think about that. You would not just half-ass having a baby and doing all those things. So don't half-ass your goal. Go all in, figure it out, and tell me all about it. Okay. So I want to reach out to me on Instagram or wherever you see me on Facebook to tell me what your goal is, what you're going to work for. And if you need help with that goal, absolutely reach out too. And I want to help you reach that. I want to help you get wherever you want to go. Okay. But if it's not with me specifically, I want to just hear about what you've done and what you've created with whatever timeline that is, if that's the next 100 days or if that's in general. Okay. Tell me and share with me what going all in has looked like for you and how it's changed your life. Okay, you guys, that's it for today. This has been so much fun, so much fire for you. I hope it lights a fire under your butt to actually go all in and stop half-assing whatever your goal is that you've been working on in life and truly give it your all. All right, we'll see y'all next time.